Hey, everybody. Welcome to Two Sides of the Pitch podcast. It is me, Colin, one of your normal hosts, joined today by the lovely and kind Eltel Cockrell, who jumped in last minute to help me out today. Big up to you. I said big up. I'm trying not to do that. It's been a while. I didn't do a show yesterday. It's hard to, but guys, if you want to find Eltel when he's not here, there is the link right there. He has actually got a mop-up show today at 4:30. Is that the correct time?
No,
Sorry.
no, I'm not muted.
Oh, you were, but I think you're not now, or
I
something
wasn't.
happened.
No, the mop-up show's this evening.
Yeah. Okay, but what time? 4:30 my time, I think. 10:30
I
your
was going to
time?
say
Yeah.
I'll be in trouble. It was at 4:30 my time.
Oops.
Yeah,
Time changes.
I've set one up. For tonight. Because I've not been on because I've been at work. But thanks for having me on today. I'm happy to help out.
Thanks for being on. We appreciate it. Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
the normal co-host is going through life things, very
Yes,
important
sir.
life things at the moment, and therefore was unable to come on today. And so I'm hoping to be an able assistant to help out today.
You're
So
gonna be great.
I'm
You're gonna
glad to be
nail
here.
it. Well, thanks for being here, man. It really means a lot. And then I got to do my normal stuff. Guys, today's show is brought to you by Alloy Collectors. The website's right above me, uk.alloycollectors.com. With the code Two Sides, you can get 15% off one of these lovely metal collectible jerseys. Here's a Norwich one if you want to see kind of more close up what they look like. We're working on a video made to kind of show these off and the unboxing process, but they make a great present for that soccer fan in your life, football fan, I guess I should say. We have all kinds of teams available in October, late October. This season's kits are coming out, so you might want to wait for those. But like I said, makes a great Christmas gift. Don't wait till the last second. Use code Two Sides at uk.alloycollectors.com to get one of these fancy collectible metal jerseys.
So if you have
But
people in your life that like football, and you're always stuck on what to buy them, and you have to ask the questions, what do you want for Christmas, blah blah blah. It doesn't matter what site you'd like them to support Tottenham, but it doesn't matter what team they support. At the end of the day, you can just end up buying them, and it just makes an ideal present for Christmas to people that you may have in your life that like football, whether they're male or female. At the end of the day, and if you're going to get, I don't know, is it 10% off?
15% off. 15.
15% off, people. If you're going to get 15% off, then it may make an ideal present, and you can probably save a bit of a of 15% and put it towards another present for another loved one.
Look at this. Look at this. You're better than I am at that. Thanks, Jose. I appreciate you, buddy. And they're pretty cool. I don't even want to unbox my Spurs one just because I think it looks so neat in the box. I put the West Ham one and the Chelsea one and the Inter one back there. But
do you know what they remind me of? No disrespect. I mean, because I haven't got one in my hand, but it reminds me of Funko collections.
Yeah, no, just like that.
You keep them in the box.
Exactly. I took the Norwich one out of the box because I'm not the biggest Norwich fan, but they even have, it's so cute. They even got a little tag on the side of them there. The detail is immaculate. So yeah, you definitely want to check these out. Very cool. And yeah, there's one available for just about every single fan in your life. They've got so many different teams. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's talk football. Yes, we've got some people in the chat already though, and I think that we would be remiss if we didn't say hello to these lovely people in the chat. But
come
guys,
and say hello if you haven't already, because there's more people watching us than who come say hello. Come say hello. We'll read your comments out. Obviously, members of the channel will be read out first, always, because they've got the tab and they've paid their time, so they will get read out first. But we will try and read everybody. So please come and say hello. Tell us that you're here watching us.
Boom, exactly. And again, guys, if you want to catch Jose when he's not here filling in, there is the link below me for Eltel Cockrell, the growing family that he's got going over there. But look, we've got Graham in the house. Saying good afternoon,
Graham, mate. How are you, mate? Well.
Yeah, Graham, good to see you, buddy. Lee Smithy Smith, you son of a gun. Haven't seen you in a while, Lee. Good to have you here, buddy.
Senor Smith.
Yep. Always good seeing Lee. Who else we got in the house? He says, "Where's the Oxford United one call? Biased against lower league teams, are we?" I'll have to check. I mean, there
I
might.
think they're waiting to get the in October. They're going to have the new kit for this season. That's when they're going to do it. In it, Colin.
Yeah,
There we go.
exactly.
There's your answer
Exactly.
for you. When the new kits come out in October.
Yep. Just give it a month. Just give it a month. And then we've got Steve D. Steve D in the house. What's up, Steve?
Afternoon,
Hope you're
Steve.
good. He
Hope
says
you're well, mate.
afternoon. Dirty Sanchez is here. We're 5-1 favorites for Europa League. Best chance of a trophy for a while, and we're
Hi,
definitely going to
Dirty.
get to that. But Dirty Sanchez, you might have just jinxed us. People saying hello. Look at this. Dragon D's Nuts is in the house. What's up, Dragon? Hope you're
Afternoon,
well, buddy.
DDN. Oh, sorry. Good evening, DDN. I hope you're well.
DDN. I love that. And look at this. AJ's here. AJ's out doing some work today. He's working with his girlfriend. Hope he doesn't mind me saying they're dog walking today. So good on them. Hopefully it's not too nasty of a day over there, Jose. I'm not sure what the weather's like, but hopefully they've got nice weather for it.
No, the weather that we, I mean, I don't know, but we've got amber warnings at the moment from most of the country for rain. I mean, some parts of the country had a month's worth in one day, in half a day even.
Jesus, man.
So we're going to be deluged with rain. At the moment down here, it should have been raining by 10 o'clock this morning. 7 hours further down the line, or no, 5 hours further down the line, I haven't seen a drop of rain yet. But that's not to say that it won't arrive. So, but tomorrow it's apparently going to be tonight and tomorrow downpours everywhere.
Man, yikes!
So that's why you should. That's why you should stay in, keep yourself warm, watch two sides of a pitch podcast. There you go.
Couldn't have said it any better myself.
I'm on fire today.
You really are. You really are. Look at this. We got the sheriff in the house asking if his check is in the post, Jose, for his promoting services. So I don't know.
Yeah, I was on another stream earlier, and the sheriff was made a mod, and he was promoting my channel. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Mod Mark.
I was gonna say it's the same sheriff I know, right? Yeah, it's Mark.
Yeah, yes, it's Mark Cousins, the sheriff. Yeah.
Good deal. I didn't know if there was another sheriff in town. Didn't know if the town would be big enough for the both of you. Guys would have had to have a duel. But no, it's the same old sheriff. Big up. And we got Luca Talks Ball in the house.
Good afternoon, Luca.
Enemy in our territory. Luca, how are you today, sir? He says, "You okay?" I am great. Hope you're well. Thanks again for coming on the other day, buddy. It was nice having you. Ryan G, the Wolves fan, the Spurs fan masquerading as a Wolves fan. Ryan G is here. Nice to have you, Ryan.
Good afternoon, Ryan.
And who else we got? I think that might be just about everybody. We got people talking to each other. Oh God, Wayne Bonner, how did I almost miss you?
I don't know. Oh. You got 30 cents. Says beautiful and sunny in Malta. 30 cents. Are you Maltese? Do you live in Malta? I'll be interested to know, and then I'll tell you why after. Spurs GCTV. I've looked at the forecast, Jose, and they're predicting the floodgates to open tonight with a flurry of Spurs goals.
I did not expect that. That got me. I didn't read the end before the beginning, and I was like, "Oh, you guys are getting a lot of rain." The Spurs goals thing got me. That was good.
Fantastic. And then you've got the man, the myth, the legend, Wayne Bonner. Good afternoon, Wayne. It's been a while since I saw you, mate. I hope you are well, sir. He says, "Good morning, afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all well and ready for European football again."
I can't wait.
And you call when he shall appear. It's the genie himself. The genie's come out of the bottle, Mr. Adrian Schroker.
Hope you're well, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's excited. Adrian, are you already excited for the match today? Let us know.
So Dirty Sanchez is saying, "Hi, I'm an Aussie living in Malta." Right, now the only reason why I'm saying it, Dirty, is that I'm married to my good wife, and her family a lot of them originate from Malta. And a bit like you got the Smiths in England, and you get you get certain surnames out in certain countries. Well, my wife's maiden name before she married me and took the name of Garcia is the most famous surname in Malta. So it's just that's the only reason I was asking. So I have Maltese family through my wife, and boy, if you can speak Maltese, then it means that you are multilinguist, because Maltese is made up of so many different languages that if you speak Maltese, then you obviously speak 10 languages straight away off the bat. So
Very, very small
fantastic.
country, right? If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
small
Very,
island. Yeah, it's
yeah,
beautiful, beautiful small island.
yeah. That's awesome. I'm gonna have to make sure I visit someday. But Dirty Sanchez, good to have you here, buddy. Yeah. Look, sheriff's agreeing. Malta's a beautiful place. Look at this. Ryan says, "Have Man City won their legal case against the Premier League?" You're getting this off topic, Ryan, but I don't know. I hadn't heard anything about this.
There was two separate cases, Colin, going on.
Oh, okay, good.
One that started because they were going to take the Premier League to court because of their actions or whatever, that they're invalid. They're saying they're invalid actions. So there's something else going on that was heard a few months ago that they're waiting for an impending result on. But then I don't think that Ryan's referring to the 115 charges, because they said that was going to take 10 to 12 weeks to
Yeah, and we
sort
we
out.
were predicting over a year to with all the appeals and everything too. So yeah, I was surprised, but must be something different. Ryan's saying that he's got a City fan on YouTube and his channel says they've won their case against the Prem, but he doesn't know. We'll have to look into that, Ryan. Yeah, I have no
I've not
idea
seen
either.
anything anywhere about that at the moment.
Well, good. I don't want them to win their case.
Hold
I
on,
know
hold
that.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Breaking. Man City appear to have secured a potentially significant victory in the legal battle with the Premier League after a vote on APT rule amendments was dropped from today's meeting. Points to wider implications for the rules. More to follow. That doesn't say much to me, but that's what Matt Lawton has broken on Time Sport
Is he a
an
pretty
hour ago.
reliable journo? I've never heard
Well,
of him before.
It's Times, the Times newspaper, Times Sport.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay. So
he's a
not some rag like the
nah,
song,
Times
is it?
Sport. So again, to repeat, it says Manchester City appear to have secured a potentially significant victory in their legal battle with the Premier League after a vote on APT rule amendments was dropped from today's meeting. Points to wider implications for the rules. More to follow. I don't know what that means, but that's what it's saying on Shitter at the moment. But I don't know what that means.
Interesting.
I'd have to look into it more to understand what it all means.
Yeah, I'm looking at it as well. Um, interesting. And Man City are especially interesting as we've drawn them in the next round of the Carabao Cup. Are you real quick before we get into today's match, Jose? Are you excited about that? Are you looking forward to a good game? I'll be honest. I was hoping we'd get a small fry. Another team from the lower division, but we got the mighty Man City. It wouldn't be the first time we beat them in a tournament like this, though. Are you nervous, excited? How are you feeling about the fact that we drew City?
I was on another show this morning,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to repeat what I said on the other show this morning, which is also a repetition of what I said last week. And my thoughts after the Coventry game were that Tottenham were awful. I can't remember the last time I saw Tottenham play as bad as that. It would have been a fair few years ago, because I can't recall the time before that. So it would have been quite a while ago. But that was awful. However, it was awful, but for the first time in a number of years, our name is in the next round of the hat, which it hasn't been for a number of years. We've always fallen at the first hurdle, and we're now through. And I remember saying last week, to me, to win a trophy, there's got to be variables. There's, whether you're home, whether you're away, fitness issues, selections, there's mentality. There's a lot of different things. You have to have a bit of luck to win a trophy, and there's all variables. And I did say last week that I don't care what happens as long as we're home. And I don't care if we draw City. And that was my first words. I don't care if we
I
draw
do. I
City.
actually remember that. Yeah,
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 it's
yeah.
actually, I was all about, we need to get home ties. If you get home ties, that gives you the best opportunity, regardless of who you're playing against, you have home advantage. So if you were to get home advantage in every round, then that's a bit of luck. It's a variable that's gone in your favour. And it has. We've got a home tie. Now, if you're going to go a bit deeper on this one, did you see the interview that Pep gave in for BBC or someone like that, where he said
I
that
think I saw a snippet.
yeah,
Take it very seriously.
he's not going to take this as serious because of injuries and because of other competitions and that, blah blah blah. And these comments were made prior to the draw being done, right? So, but my comments on that this morning on the show that I did on Football Heritage TV this morning, I said, look, at the end of the day, Pep can say that, but let's be honest. Man City can put out 3 different teams. So if you look at their squad of 25 players and the youngsters that they've got in their B list, which make up even the number greater than 25, they could probably stick 3 teams out. And at the end of the day, Manchester City, whatever team you play for Manchester City, is going to be a tough nut. But we are at home, and it should be up to Tottenham Hotspur to decide, one, are they going to turn up to the game, have the right mentality, and then also, it depending on the fixtures, because we're talking about a month's time now, the game is going to be in the week of the 28th, and it depends on what we pick as a lineup. It depends who's fit for us then. And now we're all fit. We're all fit at the moment, apart from Odegaard. We're all fit. At the moment, Man City, and in 4 weeks' time, the likelihood is they're not going to have Rodri and De Bruyne. But will they pick up injuries between now and the match? I don't know. So it's all loads of variables. But I would like to think that Tottenham, home tie, and that they would go in hard, i.e., pick a side that they believe will win that game. And that means not sending out a second team string, picking the strong side.
No Werner. I was trying so hard to defend him last season, but it has just proved impossible. I cannot defend Werner any longer, unfortunately. So yeah, I hope we don't see him tonight or in the match against City. And I feel like Spurs, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, if you disagree, but it seems like we play better against bigger teams. For some reason, I think we waltz out there just expecting to walk all over teams from lower leagues. Whereas teams against, teams like City, we come out, we actually give it everything. We play hard. We I don't know. We just tend to show up against bigger teams. I'm not really sure why. Maybe some kind of a mentality problem. But yeah, I'm excited. Wayne says, interested to see what the lineup's going to be. Hoping to see more from the start tonight. And guys, I'm agreeing completely with that. And so is Jose. We are going to do a little bit of a lineup builder if we have time today.
We'll just catch up with the chat. So you got meeting at the game. He's meeting Ian Meth, Kev Clark, Chris Peters, and Johnny H. Can I say, I'll give a little bit of a story. I knew everyone that you were all meeting apart from Johnny H. I knew that the rest of you were meeting because I was in the office with Kev on Tuesday, and Kev told me Tuesday who was meeting up. What time and where? So I knew everyone apart from Johnny H.
They mean at the Gilpin? That's where Adrian likes to go.
No, these guys meet at the stadium.
Oh, okay.
They usually meet at the stadium. They go to the bar at the stadium and they meet at the stadium. But I knew everyone apart from Johnny H on Tuesday at work. So Kevin had told me at work, or that he's meeting Chris, he was meeting Ian, and that he was meeting Adrian. So.
Good stuff. That's going to be a good one. Going to be a fun time. You guys are going to be pretty rowdy, so stay out of trouble. I don't have bail money for all of you, so we don't want to have to get you guys out of jail.
Ordere es facere. I've never seen that name before. I know what it means. To dare is to do.
Yeah.
It says beating City would give us confidence to win the whole thing. Why am I taking over your chat? It's to you.
I know. Sorry about that. But thank you for your help. I do appreciate
James is here. Look, James Love Spurs is here.
I keep telling James he needs to put out some more content. It's been a while since I've seen him live. So yeah, James, definitely get some shows on, man. If you'd like, I'd love to join you, and I'd love to have you on here sometime too. So let's keep in contact, James. Big up though, James Love Spurs. One of the biggest Spurs fans I know, saying smash the likes. Big up, James. I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah. And so I think we're pretty well caught up. We said hi, I think, to everybody. Daniel Coys is here saying big up, Daniel.
Afternoon, Daniel.
Daniel's hopped in a couple times and had some fun. We've had some fun chatting with him on this show.
He's a good lad. He left some comments on the stream that I did for Sunday for early doors football, and I streamed it to my channel, and Daniel left some really good comments because there was a Forest chap on there, and Daniel took a liking to him.
Good. I wasn't sure if it was positive or negative.
It's if you read the comments, you see how positive Daniel is. He took a liking to him, all right. And when Daniel takes a shine into you, he takes a shine into you.
Yep, you're good people if Daniel likes you. That's for sure. So guys. Tottenham versus Carabag, Europa League showdown. It begins tonight, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jose. This is a team that we've met before.
Beat
But
them
I can't remember
3-1.
if it was Europa League or if it was Europa Conference League.
I think
My
it was
mind is so
I
hazy.
think it was Europa. No, it was Europa League. We beat Karabag. Shit, man.
I was trying to find it.
Did we beat Karabag the first season that Sonny was at the club? It
That
must
makes
have been.
sense.
Kevin Vimmer was playing that night. Toby Alderweireld played that night. Townsend played that night. Lamella played that night. Dyer played
Wow.
that night. So I'm sure that it was back in the first season at Sonny, and Sonny scored a brace that night. I'm sure it was a 3-1 win against Karabag.
You've
And that
got
would have
the
been.
memory of an elephant, my
Is it?
friend.
Am I right or wrong? Is it right
Oh,
or wrong?
I still can't find it. I was trying to look it up, but everything I find pulls up just today. And I even fixture results.
Or previous meetings or something like that. I'm sure
Previous meetings. That's the way to do it.
I'm sure we beat them 3-1, and I'm sure it was Sonny scored twice in that game.
2015-16 group stage of the Europa League, and we beat them 3-1 and then 1-0.
Son got 2 and Lamella got 1. There you go.
Lamella, Eric Lamella, that's a name. I miss him.
And it's 15-16, so it was the first season that Sonny was with us. Because I remember him scoring a brace that night. It might have even been his first 2 goals for the club that night.
That makes sense. I know it took him a while to open up his account with Spurs. So yeah, that would make sense. Hopefully we see some other players tonight take that opportunity and
but
maybe
if I'm wrong, the Oracle, which is
Adrian.
Adrian,
Look at this.
Tell me I'm wrong.
He says we beat Karabag 3-1, Sun 2, Lamella 1, and then the sheriff is letting us know that was when Lamella scored that insane Rabona. Funny story. I was at my now wife, but girlfriend at the time's parents' house, and they live way out in the sticks. And I was getting terrible internet connection, but I found a really, really bad stream, and I mean really bad. Like it looked like there was like 3 pixels on the screen. And when Lamella scored that, I was like, that looked really weird. And I had to go back and watch it a couple times to see that he had actually Rabona'd it. I could not believe that went in. That was insane.
Do you know what? I thought you were just about to say that I was at my now wife, but then girlfriend's house, and we were so far out. And I thought he was just about to say that he took that Rabona and it went over where I was and landed in the goal. And I was going to say, well, he took that Rabona from a long way out then.
Yeah. No, I mean, he did take it from a long way out. I don't even think he thought that was going to go in. That just snuck in right in the corner. What a beautiful goal that was. And Daniel's saying, yeah, we played him twice. And then Dirty Sanchez is saying that they gave Leverkusen a lot of
last season in the Europa League they went out to against Leverkusen 5-4 on aggregate. So it was two close games.
Yeah.
You've got Peter Kagayas in the house. You've got to be saying
What's
hello,
up?
Peter. We can't miss Peter's message. He sent it 2 minutes ago.
No, we cannot. Oh, snap. Sorry, Peter. He says
12:28.
Yep. Are you on duty right now, Peter? Or are you just this your schedule? You just can't sleep. But either way, big up. Good to have you here, Pete. And then look at this. Daniel saying, Colin, mate, Sonny scored in his second or third game for Spurs. His first ever goal for Spurs was against Crystal Palace. I do remember that goal, actually, now that you mention it. He was getting some stick at the very beginning when he first came to Spurs. I don't know if people thought that he was too slight. There was some kind of unhappiness that people had about his performances at the very beginning. But cool, second or third game. Maybe I'm misremembering. I absolutely, it wouldn't be the first time I misremembered something or the last. And then Adrian saying Karabag played 6, won 5, lost 1, scored 16 and conceded 4, but sit top of their league. And they're from Azerbaijan. I just learned that a couple of days ago. I wasn't aware. Azerbaijan is right. It's not the geography show, but I had no idea where that even was. I thought Azerbaijan was more like Middle East. But it turns out they are Europe. They are Europe, and we play them tonight. So he says, yeah, he's ramped up in an emergency department. Well, big up. We appreciate the work that you do, Peter, and I'm sure that everybody there does as well. If I was hurt, you're who I'd want to come pick me up. And Nige is in the house. Nige, I think I just added you on Facebook last night, and if not, I added the wrong Nige, but I'm pretty sure it was you, buddy. So you're gonna see all the weird stuff I post on Facebook now.
Good afternoon, Nige. I hope you're well, sir.
Yeah, good old Nige. And then Daniel says, in fairness, I reckon I could get a team together to be top of the Azerbaijan league. I don't
So
know. I don't
looking
know,
at their
man.
results, their results have been quite weird, right? Because they're the top of the league. They've won 5, lost 1, and I think the one they lost was the first game. I think the first game is what they lost, and they've won the next 5 in the league. But they beat Ludogorets in the qualifying round for the Champions League, right? They beat them on aggregate. Now Ludogorets have been in the Champions League recently, and on
Yeah.
paper, I expected Ludogorets to beat
Karabakh.
Karabakh. Karabakh lost the home leg 2-1, but they won the away leg 7-2.
Jesus, that's
And
like
then
a
in the
Spurs score.
following round, they got I don't want to, I don't know how we can get this right. They got Crvena Zvezda, who are Hajduk Split or the old Red Star Belgrade, one of them. But then their name is Crvena Zvezda, and they beat Karabakh in the last qualifying round 5-0 on aggregate. Says Dinamo Zagreb, Brian G saying, okay, it's Dinamo Zagreb. So they beat them 5-0 in the qualifying round on aggregate. So yeah, the results have been kind of like that, you know.
A little up and down. Yeah.
So you don't know what you're going to get.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm kind of excited to see what we get, and I'm excited to see what team we put out there, as I'm sure everybody here is as well. International observers in the house, and having a
Good
pretty funny
afternoon, sir.
comment here. Are asking if we're against the club policy. Trophies aren't us. He says, guys, wake up, just count the profits. This year is the year it's going to change. International observer. We are going to get either that Carabao Cup trophy or this Europa League trophy. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. Pete saying he's buying shares in Spurs that way we can win something. Pick up Pete. And then International Observer again says, do we want issues with Levy? The new Spurs will wait till we can do it our way. Buying pound shop to win trophies, a very long wait. Ange will be in, I don't even know what that word is. I don't know where that is.
Zimmer frame. It's one of the things, the walkies, that it's like it goes out like that, and you hold it either side and you walk. So the elderly people walk on, use it for walking aid.
Oh, okay.
The Zimmer frame, it's a walking aid.
Interesting. See, I'm learning new stuff. That's why I like this so much. You guys teach me all kinds of new words, so truly appreciate that. But okay, Jose, back to business here. Do you think that we have a chance to add to our trophy cabinet? I know everyone says we're 5-1, to win the Europa League. To me, that doesn't mean anything. I've seen us lose against teams we absolutely shouldn't lose against. I think saying that we're favorites to win, I don't like that. I wish that people would not say that, to be completely honest. But do you think this is going to be our best chance to get a trophy this season?
Every year I say the same thing. It's our best chances. Every year is our best chance, and every year is our best chance, and every year is our best chance. And I keep repeating it, and rinse, repeat, and we don't do jack. Lately we've gone out of competitions far too early. We've not even put a fist up. To be honest, we've just gone out. I'm hoping, and it's my hope, is that after my hope is that we do win something, but we're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't, because we're all saying that we want to see Mikey Moore play. We're all saying that we want to see Bergvall play. We want to see Gray play. People are saying we want to see Lancashire play. We want to see these players play. And I say the question is, when do you fit them in? When do you get to see them play? So on the one hand, we're saying we want to see these players, right? And then on the other hand, we're saying, no, we got to go in as strong as possible, blah, blah, blah. So it's a balancing act. When I did the show this morning with Sava, it's interesting when we looked at the fixtures, because I hadn't looked at the fixtures, and neither had he till we were talking about it, and we looked at it. The amount of games, if you're in Europe, right, and you're still in the Carabao Cup as well at the moment. So for the top teams, the 6 teams that finished last year's season that are in Europe this year, right? Looking at the amount of games that we've got to play, it's 3 games per week from now on in till the new year, right?
Jesus, yeah.
So we looked at one period in time. I think it was 20 days. 20 days we looked at, or 21 days. We play 8 times in 21 days.
Jesus.
And this is October, November time. This is like end of October to the beginning of November. It's 8 games in 21 days. The fixture list is absolutely mental for absolutely everybody. And it's how you manage and who you take and who you put in, how you rotate. I mean, looking at I think every game has been penciled in for the Tuesday. And I think that might be the 29th of October. Everybody's been penciled in for the Tuesday. Surely that's got to change because we play on Sunday. I think we might be away at Palace on the Sunday. And then we're at home to Man City 2 days later on the Tuesday. And then we're away to Villa or at home to Villa the following Sunday.
They'll surely reschedule some of that, you would think.
Well, but you'd like to think they'll reschedule it, but the fixture list is such now because you've got the 2 extra games now in the Europa League, right? You've got the international games that are thrown in by the international federation that throw the nation league games in them, some friendlies or whatever. Then you've got FIFA or whoever it is that's brought in the World Club Championships at the end in the summer. Some people just ain't going to get no time off. And the more competent you are in the games you play, the more games that you're going to have to see through in the season. It's just balmy. It's gone absolutely mad out there. I would like to say yes. After watching us play against Coventry and seeing that we had just about scraped through and that, I'd like to say come the 28th, 29th, 30th of October when we play Man City, I'd like to say that at the time we stick out the strongest team. Regardless that we would have played a few days before and that we don't play till the following Sunday, I'd stick out a strong team because at the end of the day, what we need more than anything at this club is a trophy. And like I said this morning on this morning show, at the end of the day, when you look at the honours list at a club doesn't tell you what place you finished in the league. The honours list will tell you whether you've won the league, and that's it. If you placed second or you placed 20th, the honours list doesn't say you placed 20th or second or any other position. It just says the honour is, if you're the champions, it will say 24-25 Premier League winners. That's all it will say. So at the end of the day, the likelihood is, in all honesty to everybody, although we're currently in 4 competitions at the moment, one of them, sadly, I can say that I don't think that we're going to win, and that's the Premier League. But we're in 3 other cup competitions that can get us a trophy. And with them competitions, yeah, we need to take them seriously. As a club, as a manager, as players, take it seriously because it's all the fans are craving for. The fans want a trophy. The fans want silverware. And, at the end of the day, if it was to be a Carabao Cup, we take that. If it was to be an FA Cup, we're going to take that. And if it was to be the Europa League, then we'll take that. But it's just something nice and shiny, yeah, that can show this is what you've got for your efforts in 8 to 10 games in a season has got you this trophy. And, yeah, I think we need to go out all for it.
I completely agree. And Nige does as well. I wanted to leave this up. Nige says we had to take this competition seriously. Back in the day, the Europa League, a.k.a. the UEFA Cup, was a big tournament in Europe, the big tournament in Europe. Go strong with a few young players. And I think that's definitely going to be the way to go. Hopefully Big Ange sees it the same way. And speaking of UEFA Cup, I just wanted to say we're going to have a UEFA Cup winner on the show October 1st. Graham Roberts is going to be here. Just wanted to throw that in just so that everybody's aware. And if you want to, come see that and ask the big man a few questions, you are absolutely more than welcome. We would love to have you here. That's going to be October the 1st.
Next Tuesday for people. Next Tuesday. So on Monday on this channel, Colin and Jamie have Alex Dragusin, who is Radu Dragusin's brother, on the Monday. So the 30th of September is Monday. And then the following night, they have Graham Roberts on. So they've got 2 guests in 2 days, basically. So
it's gonna be a wild time.
Make sure you hit the notification bell. Come and see Alex and come and see Graham.
Absolutely. We are excited. Quez is here. La Familia. That's old school. That's good stuff. Good to have you, Quez. Quez has been around since the beginning. And then Jess from JSY Talks Football Fan Channel. Hey Jess, hope you're well.
Afternoon,
good to see you. Good to see your channel thriving. Yeah. Jess is nailing it. Everything's going great. Looks like it's going great over at your channel. Can you give me another lesson? I know obviously what this means too. There is to do, but how do you what's the Latin pronunciation for this?
Odere es facere.
Adere es
Odere,
facere.
odere es facere.
Adere es facere.
Because if you said it,
Gotcha.
if you that's in the Roman Italian way. Because you could say it in French, say odere es facere, but it's not that. It's Roman Italian,
Gotcha.
not French. So odere es facere.
Adere es facere. Cool. Well, now I know. See, now I know. But say if I was getting paid millions to play football, I'd play every day. Yeah. But we saw, I mean, it's like I do and I don't get, the players being upset about the amount of games. Not good. Not good that people are getting injured. Not just saying, wow, 3 games per week. Our squad is too thin for that, sadly. I think it just means we're going to see quite a few youngsters, and I think some of the youngsters are going to surprise you, Nige. They play with heart and no fear. And so as long as our manager is fearless enough to put them in, I think we'll see good things. I do. Jamie, what's up, Jamie? Nice to see you.
Jamie's changed his name from Jamie Wooten to Jamie, or it might be another thing that he's got. And instead of having the red of the Sheffield United, he's got it in black and white. Good afternoon, Jamie, sir. I hope you're well, and I hope that you following your team around the whole country, up and down the country, serves you or bears you some fruit this season, my friend.
Same here. What a fan. What a fan. Big up, Jamie. Good to have you here. Chris Agambar, my favorite Agambar, says big up Colin and Jose. Big up to you, buddy. A chance to practice the 3 words I know in Romanian.
He meant odere es facere.
There you go. Yes. Me too. For me too, Chris. For me too. And then do we have anybody else new pop in? Okay, nope. I think that is everybody. And look at this. Adrian has always got some Latin going. If it's the et al, if it's this, but he's letting us know there is to do. So guys, is this Spurs' best chance to add to the trophy cabinet? I think that this is the tournament we're going to go all out in. I really do, because we know that we've got a chairman that likes us to be in the Champions League. He likes that Champions League money. Speaking of the money and Champions League, I've got a little video I like to play. It's all about this, and winning this tournament will get us into the Champions League. And I guess, do you think it's the easiest way into the Champions League for Spurs with how the league is kind of playing out this season?
In all honesty, right, if we're not going to win the league, right, then if we're not going to win the league and we're going to have to come second, third, or fourth, or will I take the Europa League? I'm taking the Europa League. The Europa League is a trophy. It might be a gateway into the Champions League, but it's a trophy. It's not a position. It's a trophy. Of course, you take the trophy every day, all the time.
Absolutely. And guys, real quick, if you want to go ahead and share your score predictions real quick, we'll get ours in, and then we're going to do a quick little lineup builder.
Did you not say hello? Hold on. I left it there for you to say hello. It's your channel, but you got someone there, and I left it there for you to say hello, and you ignored the comment.
Ben Kaufman, sorry about that. It's afternoon, everyone. About to leave for the game. Chick King awaits. Man, I'm sad. I've never got to have Chick King. Even the times I've been to visit, it hasn't been open, weirdly enough. So I don't know if they only open on game days. I think that might have been something that I heard. But regardless, enjoy your Chick King. Have some for me, and enjoy your time. Make sure you're safe. I'm telling everyone, be safe. I know that sometimes at these European matches, things get a little wild. Obviously, this is a home match, so it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, just make sure you're safe. Don't get in any fights, Ben. We know you're kind of a rowdy man. Like to get into fisticuffs.
Rowdy man.
Yeah, no fighting today, Ben. No fighting. Don't get too hopped up on the coffee, and But yeah, Ben, very, very good to have you here, my friend. You've been a busy guy, I think. Do you do morning brews today? I wasn't awake at the time, but I'm not. I think you might have had your morning brew show today. Regardless, thanks for being here, Ben. Always good to have you in the house. So yeah, real quick, everybody, if you want to go ahead and get your score predictions in, I wanted to throw mine in. I was hoping Jose would get his, and then we're going to do a little bit of a lineup builder. and kind of put together the lineup that we expect to see. Obviously, I think we're going to be wrong. It's almost impossible to guess with these types of matches, but we can sure try. Yeah, what do you think about score predictions? I mean, obviously, I probably did this out of order. We probably should have done the lineup and then the score prediction, but that's okay. We've got this up here. I'm predicting a Spurs win tonight, regardless of who we put out. But I don't think we're going to. If recent performances are anything to go by, it's not going to be an absolute trouncing. I don't think we're gonna, put 6 or 7 past them. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm predicting a nice, comfortable 3-0. But what about you, Jose?
Right, sorry, can I just address a comment here from Chris Lonnie at the bottom?
Sure thing.
Right,
Yeah.
Chris, just want to make something clear to you, mate. Something happened on this channel, right? It wasn't on my channel. Something happened here on this channel, which I spoke to Colin and Jamie about after the show, right?
Yeah.
And I advised them that something had happened on this channel, Chris, because you left your comment on my channel. There's 2 different channels. This is the Two Sides of a Pitch podcast. This is Colin and Jamie's channel. What happened with you happened on this channel. It didn't happen on my channel. And what you did, Chris, is you then posted it on my channel, right? And I commented back to you and said, but it's not my show. It wasn't my channel. You'd need to speak to Colin and Jamie. So at the end of the day, if you've left mine, that's your call, Chris. But you need to remember where you were when things happened. It never happened on my channel. And I did advise you when you left your comment to come back and speak to Colin and Jamie, because whatever happened here. It didn't happen on LTL Cockerel. I just wanted to clear that up to make sure. And I did respond to you, and I told you to go back to Colin and Jamie because it happened here. I'm a guest on this channel. It's not my channel. My channel's LTL Cockerel. Just thought I'd let you know. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry.
I appreciate that. So yeah, guys, we will get that all worked out. We'll talk to everybody involved and get everything sorted out. Sorry for all the trouble, everybody, and sorry for not having addressed that sooner. But look at this, a message from Jamie himself saying thanks for stepping in, Jose. Tuned in before I have to go back. Really appreciate all the help.
God bless you, Jamie. I hope everything goes well, mate. My thoughts are with you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So if everyone could spare a thought for Jamie too, that would be lovely. Thank you, everybody. And again, I'm not trying to make light of anything or not give anything the attention that it deserves, but I just don't want to, I want to get back to the subject at hand. And yeah, score predictions. It's hard to do, especially before the lineup is out. I know that. But if you had to guess, what do you think we're looking at here?
You asking me the question?
Yeah, you're okay. First, and then I'll let the chat kind of fill in.
Okay, I will take a 1-0 because, as I said on the show this morning, whether we won 1-0 or 5-0, it's 3 points, and that's what we need in order to qualify in the top 8. Right, and so you qualify to the last 16 as of right. You need to get points because the points is like a league table. So at the end of the day, yeah, for the crowd that are going to be going to watch the game, and for us that will be watching it on the box and all that, we want to see as many goals as possible in our favour, and for us to go and trounce teams. And I'm with it, and we're all going to be. That's what we want. But to be honest, we need the 3 points. So at the moment, I'd take a 1-0 victory. What do I see the score being tonight? Well, let me go. I'm going to go. It can be anything between 2 and 4. Let me go. I'm going to go 4-0. All right. I'm going to keep people happy. I'm going for 4-0. But obviously, it's all very much dependent as well on the team that's selected.
Absolutely.
And whether they've played with each other and whether they know each other's patterns of play. It's all right doing it on the training pitch, because on the training pitch, it's the same as playing against cones, isn't it? You drill to do things day in, day out, and you're doing the same drills. But when you are playing in an actual football match, these pieces can move around, can't they?
Absolutely.
So at the end of the day, we don't know who Carabao are going to select. We don't know how they're going to line up, how they're going to play. But I'd like to say that we're going to go out and win comfortably. In all honesty, I'd like to see Tottenham win the first 2 games. So not only win tonight, but also win against Ferencvaros to put us on 6 points after 2 games, because that'll be strong. I don't want to be relying on the last 2 games of the Europa, that we need to get results in the last 2 games to qualify us in the top 8. I want Tottenham to finish in the top 8. I don't want to finish between 9th and 24th and have to play 2 extra playoff games. It's bad enough that we've got a thin squad, and if we're going to go far in the Europa and we want to go far in the Carabao, all these things, it means that we could do with not having the 2 extra games. I want Tottenham to qualify as of right for the last 16. And that for me means that we finish in the top 8. That's what I'm looking for. So 3 points is imperative. So if we won 1-0, I'll take it. But yeah, like everybody else, I want to see a big victory. So yeah.
Nige is agreeing with you. I just wanted to put this up. Nige says 3 points tonight is all that matters. Get points on the board and qualify early. It's like you two are on the same wavelength. I love it. Big up, Nige.
I think a lot of people. Yeah, look, he said there, last thing we want is to be 6 games down and need to win. That's what I just said. I said, last thing you want is that we're chasing something in the last few games because we want to qualify into the top 8. Top 8 is what we should be aiming for. Is there any reason that we shouldn't be top 8? I can't see any reason that we shouldn't be top 8. Even with the thin squad we've got, to manoeuvre the 8 games that we've got to play in the Europa League, we should be able to manoeuvre them 8 games. I'm not saying, I'd love to win all 8, but we should have enough within us to manoeuvre around them 8 games and qualify in the top 8.
Agreed completely. I'm still nervous. I think it's impossible not to be a little bit nervous. But a little bit of nerves is good. A little bit of excitement. There's something on the line, and I love that. And I would love to see Spurs get their first trophy that I personally have been around for. It would be incredible. James Love Spurs says he's going for 3.
You're not around for 2008.
Yeah, 2008. I didn't start following until the 2010 season.
So you've never seen Tottenham win a trophy yet?
Haven't. I have not.
Well, come on. Get these younger supporters. Let's get them this trophy. We all crave for it. Let's get this trophy for the supporters. We need a trophy at the club, regardless whether you've seen it all or not. We need a trophy. End of story. It's just we just need a trophy, and I don't care which one it is we get, but just get a trophy. If we got 2, even better. If we could get 3, brilliant. But just get at least a 1 trophy. Let's go all out and win and go for a trophy.
It's for us. Teams, other teams or fans from other teams give us all kinds of trouble about having, not having won trophies. I have a feeling if we won the Carabao Cup, that would be quickly dismissed by everybody, and they'd say, "Well, that's just Mickey Mouse Cup. Doesn't matter." But we're doing it for us. It's for us.
But you've got Aston Villa. You got Aston Villa and Newcastle. Newcastle haven't won anything for 65 years. Not a trophy for 65 years. So at the end of the day, we're not the only team out there. We're not the only team out that hasn't won a trophy for a while. We've actually won a trophy far more recent than Villa. Villa 40 odd years, I think, since they won a trophy.
Sheesh.
So so you've got other big teams out there as well that haven't won trophies as well. Yes, we won one 14, 15, 16 years ago, but we need to get that trophy again. We need to win a trophy and show our supporters a captain picking that trophy up and lifting it up in the air. That's what we want to see.
And I want to see Sonny lift a trophy so bad. I don't know how many more years Sonny's got with us. That's its own conversation that we could have, But I would love to see Sonny, with all that he's given to the club. I would love to see Sonny lift a trophy before he leaves us or retires or anything like that. I think Sonny deserves it. He's kind of become Mr. Tottenham now that Kane's gone, and I would love to see the smile on that man's face as he's lifting a trophy with the rest of the team. But with that said, and I see other people. Look at this. Ben said, right as I said, would love to see Sonny, Mr. Tottenham, win a trophy. Big up, Ben. I completely agree with you there, buddy. Completely agree. Spurs have won 2 trophies while I've been alive, says Tadarius to do, but only remember the 2008 final. I'm trying to think about what age that would put you. What was the last trophy before the 2008 one, Jose?
1998, 1999.
Okay. Gotcha. So, yeah, adere est facere. Adere est facere is probably close in age to me. That good stuff. Good stuff. Um, and then Ben saying he's extending his deal for a year, so put a team around him. Absolutely. And then Ryan G saying we haven't won a trophy for 44 years. One day, Ryan, it'll happen. It'll happen. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. And then he says, I'm never seeing a trophy unless it's a championship league title. You're a funny guy. You're a funny guy. And then Ben saying, yep, 1999. You're right. And then so they're about the same age as well. Yeah, I agree. So I didn't know that the Sonny was extending his deal for a year.
Do you know what, Ben? Yesterday he was. This is late last night, Ben. I caught the pre-match that instead of it being just Postecoglou, there was Sonny spoke before Ange, so you can either watch the one with Postecoglou on his own, or you can watch Sonny first and Ange then come in and take over, and they let Sonny go. And Sonny was actually saying yesterday that he's with us till the end of the season, and that any contract talks, they haven't had any at the club about extending his contract. And he said, if Sonny's own words yesterday was that, and this is what he said yesterday. Now, how accurate this is or not, I don't know. But he said yesterday that he's not worried about the new contract. They haven't discussed it. What he's more worried about is getting through this season and trying to deliver for the fans this season. And therefore, the conversations haven't taken place. But he wasn't worried about the conversations not taking place, which was quite interesting to me, because at the start of the season, or before the season started in the summer, there was all this, Sonny's going to get an extension, blah, blah, blah. Well, Sonny's words yesterday said that they haven't discussed it at all yet. But he was not worried about it because of the fact that, he was going to
the season's going,
see the season, and to want to win things, or to want to get something for the fans this season.
Well, good on Sonny for saying that. Yeah, I would be awfully sad to see Sonny go. It would definitely be.
But there's going to come a day. In all honesty, Colin, there's going to come a day where he's going to go, because when I go, I mean leave the club, right? I don't mean go. I meant leave the club.
No, I know.
Because everyone, although we might like it with some players, everyone can't live forever. I mean, if that was the case and you could live forever and you could keep your skills forever, then God, we'd still have Glenn Hoddle in our team now, wouldn't we? We'll have Jimmy Greaves in our team still now. You'd have Paul Gascoigne still in your team now. David Ginola, Berbatov, Vandervaart. I mean, the names trip off the tongue. You could have all these people, and if you could play at your height forever, then God, Tottenham would have a magnificent team. But then so would other teams in the league as well, but would have a magnificent team. So yeah, at some stage he's going to have to stop playing football, and when he does, it'll be a sad time, because we've had Sonny for 10 years. But yeah, we need to build for the future. We need to find your next Sonny, find your next Harry Kane, find your next Glenn Hoddle, find your next Paul Gascoigne. We need to do all that, but we're not going to be the only team. Other teams will be searching for their former heroes and searching for them as well. So
absolutely. One real quick before we get into the lineup builder, Adrian says Sonny will finish his career at his beloved Spurs if we allow him to. That's something you got to think about. And then just a harmless potatoes in the house, digging us both up.
Good afternoon, La Patata.
La Patata, I love
La
that.
Patata, the potato, La Patata.
Beautiful. The Spanish language is so much more fun than English. I'll just say it. Good stuff. But yeah, good to have you here. And everybody, please make sure you are subbed to my co-host here, Jose. There is his link for El Tal Cockerel. He's got a show going on tonight after the match. You'll be able to talk the match and more. It's one of his famous mop-up shows.
The mop-up show.
So you can ask him anything. Dan says, little fun fact, Alan Nielsen scored the winner when I was a mascot, and then 5 months later also scored the winner in the League Cup final. I was a mascot that season. Tottenham won the League Cup.
1999.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
I think you might have told me that a long time
Yeah,
ago.
he did, because Daniel used to have the photograph, didn't he? Dan used to have the
Yeah,
photograph of him being the mascot. It's
I
still
bet he
that's
could
it.
dig that up.
It's still there now. Is that not the mascot there now?
Let me look. It's so small, it's
It
hard to see.
is.
But
It
yep,
is. It's
it
yeah. It's the
is.
mascot. That's him at the game. He's the mascot there at the game. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Big up, Daniel.
Yeah.
Always good to have you in the chat, mate. I said mate. Hope I don't sound like a phony. Oops. But anyways, look at this. Lee Smithy Smith been a member for 3 months, flexing that 3-month member badge, saying a win tonight and win Saturday for Oxford and Spurs.
I
Yeah,
don't
man.
know. What is it? The ladies are the ladies playing Saturday then, Smithy? Because you forgot to add Spurs on Sunday as well. Because we play Man U Sunday.
He might have been meaning Sunday. Yeah.
I think you did. Yeah. I don't want you to write another member chat. It's fine. Yeah. Smithy, all love. I'm only joking.
Big love, Smithy. We love you. And then yeah, everyone's saying hey to everybody else. So let's do this thing. I got this lineup builder here. First question I want to ask is, let me change the banner.
Is this the one that Adrian kindly sent to me as well? I think.
Yeah, he's got one. There's a couple in the chat. So I wanted to kind of get everybody involved.
Adrian sent me this one, I think.
Let's see what we've got. So I don't have anybody here yet. The only person I've thrown in on this one so far is Vicario. And I'll start there. Do you think that Vicario will play tonight? We've shown in the Carabao Cup that we were down to play pan hands, as I'll call him, Fraser Forster. Do you think we'll see Forster or Austin, or do you think Vicario will play this one?
It's a difficult one because I don't want to see Forster in goal.
No,
But
me neither.
if you're going to make changes, then I prefer to see Brandon Austin in goal. However, Brandon Austin hasn't played any minutes at all this season. So do you throw
Just
him into the
preseason.
Europa League game? Blah blah blah. So for me, I'd probably say I'd like to see Vicario playing goal. I'd like to see Vicario starting goal. I think Vicario is going through his own trials and tribulations. I think he's going through his own forming process, in the sense that he's trying to become a better goalkeeper. He's trying to
improve certain aspects of his game.
Trying to iron out and form himself as a goalkeeper. And if so, then he needs more game time to show his improvements. And playing against different teams are going to cause you different problems. I mean, who knows? Karabag might not be a lump ball merchants that try and put the ball into the box at great height. They might be a footballing team. So, some of his shot stopping may come to the fore. But yeah, whilst he's learning and he's trying to form himself at the moment, I would prefer Vicario in goal.
I absolutely would as well. Fraser Forster kept a clean sheet for us the other night, right?
Yeah, can I say, sorry, Colin, can I just add, yesterday Man United played in the Europa League, yeah?
Yeah, tied.
So
got a draw.
So they've got they've got a day head start on us. So they've got a day's more rest than what we've got. Man United went in strong with their lineup. Strong.
They did.
They went in strong with their lineup for a European game. So, at the end of the day, I think they went in strong. Doesn't matter who your opponents are. Man United are Man United. And no disrespect to the opponents. Man United on paper, and the game was never played on paper, but Man United on paper should have dealt with the team they played with yesterday. And they've come away from that with a 1-1 draw. And there's sour taste in people's mouths at Man U because they only got the draw yesterday. So that shows you the importance of getting 3 points.
Absolutely.
Already they're behind the 8 ball, Man United. They're not the only team. Porto lost 3-2 yesterday in a game that they, on paper, Porto should have won it.
Yeah.
But they're now behind the 8 ball. It's only one game in, and that's why it's important to pick up 3 points.
Absolutely. I don't like talking about gambling too much, but that United match won me some money yesterday. I had to take the day off of work, so it was nice to have a little bit of a cash influx. I had money on a United draw and for Anderlecht to win. I did like a accumulator thing,
Anderlecht
and
1-2-1.
It came true. Yeah. So yeah, turned $5 into $57. In case anybody wants to know, I'm sure nobody cares, but
if you want, Colin can also turn water into wine.
I can. Yeah. And if you guys need any betting tips, I win about 1 out of every 15 that I do. So
if you like drinking grog, just give Colin a pint or a bottle of water, and he will turn it into grog for you.
Exactly.
Oh, exactly. Sorry, as well as football tips as well.
I can do it all. I can do it all. No, like I said, about 1 out of every 15 bets I do hits, and that one did. So go me. But anyway, guys, so we all agree. Well, I think we all agree that Vicario, it makes the most sense. I mean, I never really understood the other than you got to keep all your players happy, but I never really understood the logic between changing out your keeper for different tournaments. It's not like they're obviously the risk of injury is always there. You know, you could always get injured. But to me, it just makes the most sense. Like you said, Vicario is trying to iron out, some little deficiencies in his game. So game time makes sense. So I do think that we'll see Vicario. One of the hardest parts for me is who we're going to see in this back line. It could be a number. It could be a number of people. And so, yeah, do you think that we'll see the usual two suspects at center back, or do you think we'll see something strange? I don't know. It's really hard for me to say. Let me pull up one of these. We've got a couple of predicted lineups from some of our lovely viewers. Look at this. So we've got this one here: Vicario, Gray, Dragishin, Davies, Udogi, Sar, Basuma, Bergvall, Johnson, Solanke, Kulu, and that's not a bad shout. I don't know. Yeah, Jose.
Personally, what would
do you
I
think?
do?
What are you thinking about
Right.
center backs?
Okay, so you can either there's one or two ways that I would look at this myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is you either start with an 11 and then make 5 changes, right? I would personally, this is how serious I'm taking the competition. I'd go in with my lineup being my usual lineup. And then from my usual lineup, I would then change 5 players. So 3 of my defenders, right? Based on pre-seasons and stuff, 3 of my defenders are Van der Ven, Romero, and Udogi. And I'm picking them 3 because they had lack of pre-season. So they're still building up, yeah? So therefore, why shouldn't the 3 of them start? Just saying, why shouldn't they start? Because they're the ones that need minutes, supposedly. They're behind everyone else on pre-season. And this shows you how how strongly I would take this competition. I would start them 3 players.
I know I got these 2 guys switched around here, so I'm going to try to fix that in just a second. Boop, boop, boop. So you would start with the 2 usual suspects.
And the doggy. Oh, sorry, Romero's banned. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, drop it. Romero's banned. Right. So take out Romero and stick Dragusin in there. Because he's banned. Yeah, he's right. Yeah, but he's banned. So sorry. Who's that? It was DDN, Dragon D's Nuts, who's reminded me. And Odere Esfacede has also reminded me, Romero is banned.
Big up, Dragon.
Yeah.
This shows how often I do these.
But if it was a normal game, right, then I would say, because I'm purely basing it on they're behind everyone else on pre-season. That's the reason why I picked them.
Absolutely. How do I hold on? Sorry, I'm a noob, but when it comes to these,
switch. Does that say switch? Bench. I don't know what it says.
So it says bench. Okay, yeah. Well, so let's do this. Then we do Dragishin.
See if that works.
Nope. Now I think I know what to do here, though. Now we can swap. Nope. Well, guys, I'm the worst. Let me just refresh this. Change this back to a 4-3-3.
Right, Vicario.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, everybody. I'm learning.
So Vicario, right hand side, Dragusin. Yeah, that Dragusin there because we know Romero's out.
It's very true. I think Dragusin, you're definitely going to have to play Van der Ven with him.
Well, it doesn't matter who it is. Van der Ven needs some minutes as well.
All right, so we've got that. We've got that much done here.
A doggy at left back because he's undercooked at the moment in these minutes.
Boom. So there is most of the defensive line finish. Over here, you could do a couple of different things. You could play Archie Gray.
Yeah,
play Archie Gray over there.
Okay, over there, I'd pick Jed Spence.
Good call there. There we go, Jed Spence, who's done a very admirable job in the minutes that he's gotten so far. So
right, and then
in
the midfield, right? If he hasn't been suspended yet, right? I'd put
Bentancur.
Bentancur in there.
All right. And then do we go with what we've been doing recently?
No, I'm going with on the right hand side of the three. Yeah, there. I'm going Kulu.
Kulu's been so good in midfield lately.
Left hand side. I'm going Madison.
Dang, you are going full strength.
No, not yet. Not yet. Wait and see. Right.
Okay.
On the left hand side, Sonny. That's the right hand side. Yeah, left hand side. It's going to be Sonny. And the reason why I say Sonny is because shit. Right. Sonny. Because he was in the presser, so he's definitely going to be playing. Down the middle, Solanke.
Yeah, he has to, right? And then here's the surprise one, I think.
And that's Mikey Moore.
We'll see if he pops up. I'm not even sure if he'll be in here.
See a minute, in the second one down.
I think it's this one.
Okay. Yeah, it's got Tottenham next to it.
Yeah.
Right, and the only mistake I've made is Spence isn't in the fucking Europa squad.
Oh, you're right. And we have no idea how to change this.
Okay, so in that case, I'd put Archie Gray there. Or no, do you know what? I'd even start Pedro Porro there. Now, the reason why I'm starting the normal lineup, right, is, or you could put Archie Gray there, is because if you get the game done by half time, then you can start making your substitutions. And the players you need to take off and replace, you will do that with. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you either start with because if you start with some of the other players to start off with, then your first team players are going to be on the bench. So, and you might not need to bring them on. But if you start with a strong team, you go out of it. Yeah, Ben, I've just realised we're wrong or I'm wrong in Spence. Then if you go out with that, then if you were going to replace Porro with Gray, or you started Gray and replaced him with Porro, however you look at it, with the midfielders, then you can bring Bergvals, you bring your Bergvals on. If the team's done what it needs to do within 45 minutes to an hour, you can possibly think of bringing Davis on if he's going to be your cover for that position. Do you see what I mean? If you've done it between 45 and 60 minutes, then you can give Lancashire a run out instead of Solanke. Do you see where I'm coming to?
Yeah, absolutely do. So you're kind of doing a little bit of backwards to kind of how we've been doing it. We've been putting on.
Louise is saying, add Gray as a bench player in that spot, then hit the double arrow to switch.
So
add a player. Add. Right.
Okay.
You press the add button. Yeah, a bit further up, there's an add button. Then next one up. That's it. That's the add. See it? There you go. That's an add button, isn't it?
No, it just moves them around.
Okay.
It just allows me to move. Yeah. So I went in and I've added Pedro Porro here on the bench as a bench player. Bench Pedro Porro, done. And then I should be able to then just switch them, but it's not showing. But everybody, that's Pedro Porro right there. It doesn't look like him.
So that can be
Pedro Porro for all support.
That can be Porro or Gray, right? But whatever you're doing, if you go in to win the game, and if you've won the game within the first 45 to an hour, you can then make your substitutions. Likewise, you could have started Gray there. And then if you've done the game, either you leave Gray on or you bring Pedro Porro in to get a few minutes. Do you see what I mean? I'd go as strong as we possibly can. And I'm not just talking about this. I'm talking about all the cup games. Go as strong as you possibly can. Get the game won, then make your
substitution. Then bring the kids on.
Yeah. But when I say bring the kids on or the youngsters on or whoever these players are, I'm talking about giving them a minimum of half an hour. So get it done. Louise says click on Porro's name.
Okay, clicked.
Porro's name.
I'm clicking, but it's not changing.
Spence. Oh, Porro.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. I'll just type in Porro here. Everyone will know. Even though the photo isn't him. That's Poro today. I'm so surprised that this little arrow isn't switching them around. Louise might have some more.
Louise says she's guessing. Nah, don't worry, Louise.
No worries.
No, but she's adding to the show. Fantastic. Thank you, Louise, for your
We
input.
appreciate you. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Real quick, Ben's got a travel news update. Trains to Northumberland Park from Stratford have been cancelled, so go via Liverpool Street.
That's exactly what
Good
happened
stuff.
to me when I
Good
went to
stuff,
Everton. When I went to Everton, they did that as well. They cancelled the trains. Yeah, they cancelled trains. It's murder.
Sounds
No,
like
but
it.
it's the other way. It's the other way around. They cancelled the trains on the overground as well, so you couldn't get to White Hart Lane, Bruce Grove, and stuff like that. And then the trains that were coming through were all delayed. They weren't travelling out from Liverpool Street. They were only travelling out from Stratford. So, yeah, Pedro Parra, there he is. Look, he's there.
Look at this. It was all Dragon DDN. Click remove at the bottom. Look at that. We're learning stuff today. So yeah, we got Pedro Porro in. The back line looks
Dragon Louise, do you want to come on and you can replace me and Colin?
There you go. You guys probably do a better job.
Yeah, you can run the show, and what me and Colin will do is we'll just go and hide in the chat.
It sounds fun. No, thank you guys for your help. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Now we know how to do it in the future. But yeah, that's a great lineup. I think it looks strong. By the way, the midfield too of Kulusevski and Madison, I feel like has been working so well. I know everyone said, it's like playing 2 10s, but to me, Kulu is not exactly a 10. His ball retention is top notch. His strength is top notch. If he is a 10, he's a 10 in a totally different mold to Madison. And I think the two of them complement each other very, very well. Some people say that, that wouldn't be a midfield they would start against top teams, but I would. I really would. I think against anybody, I want Kulu and Madison both on the pitch. And I think that they do a good job in midfield together. I know I'm kind of deviating from the subject, which is the match tonight, but what do you think so far about the times you've seen Kulu and Madison together, Jose?
So for me, I had a chat on Football Heritage about this morning, and I said, what about playing either Bentancur or Basuma and bringing him and playing Madison and Kulu as the 8s or an 8 and a 10? And what Savas said was, well, whether it's by design or not that this has happened, or whether he's been forced to do it, it's worked against Brentford and it worked against Everton and that, but will it work against other teams? Now, my answer to that, the simple fact is that they're two quality players in their own rights, and if they've got the skill and the know-how, they've got the brain because they've got the know-how as well, then why shouldn't they be able to play together? All they may have to do is they may have to learn a bit more of the dark art, the defending side of it, the dark art.
I like that.
But I'm sure they can do that. Kulusevski gets stuck in, and he's a hard person to get off the ball, and he can get stuck in. Madison, if people have been watching Madison so far this season, Madison's been getting stuck in as well. He's been tackling, and it's not normally his game, but he's had to do it this season. And at the end of the day, if it's needs must for the team, it's needs must for the team. Do you know what I mean? So
for sure, everybody's pressing has been absolutely phenomenal. Madison included.
As you got it on the screen, yeah, come over and give me a sub, people. I'm Jose, and that's my channel, Eltel Coquerel. Come and give me some love. Come and give me some support.
Yeah, show your love and support to Jose. He deserves it.
For those that haven't, because there are people within this chat that are part of my community as well, or our community. So
yeah,
you've got Dragons Dean that's saying he's happy hiding in the chat, and
hey,
Louise says, "Oh geez, she's too shy."
And if you guys ever want to come on, let me know. I'd be glad to have any of you guys. I love everybody in the chat. I feel like you're all good people. And if anybody ever wants to make an appearance on the show, I'll put my Twitter handle in here in just a bit and get at me. We'd love to have you on. I think it'd be nice to get more community involvement.
Going back to this, I would go out as strong as possible. Get the
subs
game done, and then make the subs, even if they're half-time subs, like what they did with a doggy last week. Got 45 minutes into his legs, and all the rest of the defense had all been replaced by other players. But a doggy started the game, played 45, and they brought Spence on. You know, because he'd got the minutes that he needed for his rehabilitation or to bring him up to speed. And at the end of the day, as I said, the reason why I'd start like this is Dragusin were forced because Romero's out. But Udogie and Van der Ven, for me, are the ones that are behind schedule on, you know, with the rest of the team if we're looking at pre-season.
I
And
agree with that.
Mikey Moore, I'd give Mikey Moore a chance
He needs some
instead of
time, especially didn't
yeah.
he just signed a contract extension with us, right? And you would think that would have came with a promise, or at least, you know, for some minutes. So
Well,
yeah, you think he
just to,
almost has to start today.
last night Arsenal won 5-1 in the Carabao Cup, right?
With yeah,
And they played 3 youngsters yesterday. They played with a 16-year-old goalkeeper making his
oof,
first team appearance.
that's
They
crazy.
played Skelly out at fullback, who's a youngster, he's 18 or 19 years of age. And up in on the right hand side, I think it was a midfield or to the top, they played the young guy Namweri, and Namweri scored twice yesterday, right? And
Sheesh.
just to put it into perspective, Namweri and Mikey Moore are the shining lights for England's under 17s. Namweri wears the 10 and Moore wears the 11, right? And Moore is predicted by everyone as a far better player than Namweri. Namweri got given the opportunity yesterday. So, so Arsenal picked a really strong 11, so 8 players were really strong, and they picked them 3 youngsters, right? If we're going in strong tonight, then why can't Mikey Moore start this game tonight?
Absolutely. No, I'm right there with you, and I'm excited to see what he can do. I'll be honest, I'm somebody that hasn't watched him at all. I was gonna say I haven't watched him extensively. I don't think I've seen any of him. Once we're done here, I might pull up a YouTube video or something and maybe see some highlights from some games. But yeah, I would love to see what he can do. There's so much hype. Everybody raves about him, and I would like to see with my own 2 eyes what he can do, especially playing some senior football. So it's exciting. We've got David Clark in the house. I didn't want David to think we forgot him. DC from Leicester. And he's saying that Karabakh have extensive European experience and have done well against top teams. Yet you think we can win the game by halftime and bring on reserve players? Sorry, that won't happen against these.
No, David. What I'm saying is, what I said is, go out strong and aim to win the game by halftime, 60 minutes. Yeah. If you're 3-0 up, David, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but if you're 3-0 up after 60 minutes, surely you can afford to make changes then. Surely. You know, at the end of the day, rather than giving so many of these people opportunities and time, right, and then for it all to go wrong, and then we have to rush off the bench and pile it on like we did against Coventry, I'd much rather have the strong lineup to start with, get the game done if you will, and then go from there. So that's what I'm
Absolutely.
saying. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry, go on.
He,
Look who
oh,
you
no.
got here.
Okay.
Just saying you got audios here. Good afternoon, audio. It's
Oh,
been a while. I haven't seen audio for a while over at my channel, but how are you, audio? I hope you're well, sir. Hope life is treating you well.
big up to the audio artisan himself. Been
Nigel
here
says
since the beginning.
he loves my channel, and he keeps missing the prediction show. Bloody hate work. Right, Nigel, if you missed the show, right, live and you can't put in your predictions live, as long as you leave them on the stream, so when it finishes, as long as you leave them on the stream and before the games start, I'll enter your predictions for you. For anyone that
Look at
can't make
that.
the show, as long as you leave it on the stream and if it's before any of the games have started, I can do it. Last week, I can't remember who it was, but someone gave me their predictions, and um, they included the West Ham Chelsea game. But the West Ham Chelsea game was like 25 minutes old already, or half an hour into the
Oh
game when
no.
they predicted it. And it wasn't the score they predicted at the time, but it was the score that finished the game. So they predicted 0-3. And I think Chelsea were winning 0-2 at the time when they did their predictions. So I said, okay, I've accepted 9 predictions, but I can't accept the West Ham Chelsea because you've done it after the kickoffs. So yeah, for anyone that does the predictions, if you miss the show on a Friday, then please leave them on the stream itself and I'll get your predictions in. And we have the leader in the chat at the moment, DC from Leicester, and David. Everybody's gunning for David in the nicest possible sense, right? Everyone's gunning for David. Everyone wants to take the top spot that David currently holds and has done for the last 4 weeks.
I say he's holding on to it tight. He's holding on to it tight.
Yeah.
But yeah. I wanted to get some more David's comments up here, just real quick. He says that giving players numbers is irrelevant. Call them eights or just players in the hole or in the space. It doesn't matter. Partnerships are the key to success. I agree completely with you, David. And I think as a partnership, I think that Kulusevski and Madison have looked great together. I'd put them, like I said, I'd put them in against anybody. I think right now they are two of our best midfielders. Obviously, you want somebody with a little bit more defensive know-how behind them. So whether that's Bentancur, whether that's words are hard, names are hard.
Madison.
You know I'm thinking of. Why can't I get his name?
Bergvall.
Saar Bergvall. That's not who I was thinking of exactly. The fellow that came from Brighton. Why?
Bissouma.
Why?
This is like playing bingo, isn't it?
It is.
A house.
Everyone's like, I'm leaving. This guy doesn't even know the team. No, but Bissouma. So whether it's Bentancur, whether it's Bissouma, I think one of those two behind Madison and Kulusevski is pretty much our strongest midfield at this point in time. And I don't think that's a bad thing. People have said that our midfield is our weakest spot, but lately they've looked very capable. So I'm hoping they can continue that today. And I'm hoping we see a lineup like this. So this is the lineup that we all, or Jose, that you and I would like to see. And I agree with everything that you've stuck on here. I really do. But now it's time. Do you think this is the lineup that we're going to see? Do you think that the man himself, Ange Postecoglou, I know it's impossible to put ourselves in his brain, but do you think that he's going to put out a lineup similar to this? Or do you think he's going to go with what you were saying we shouldn't do, a slightly weaker lineup, and then put on the big guns if needed?
So these are questions that Mr. Postecoglou needs to answer for us all, right?
Yeah.
But if Mr. Postecoglou was unhappy with us going out in the third round of the Carabao Cup last year, first game, and then he's unhappy with us going out to Manchester City, second game of the FA Cup, where we only played 40 games last season, right? If he wants to prolong this season, we know we've got the Europa, but if he wants to prolong this season, right, then you want to get as far as you can in competitions. If not win a trophy, is what you want to be doing, right? Now, you've got to bear in mind, our opponents on Sunday, Man United, they played yesterday. Man United went strong. I'm repeating again, Man United went strong and they walked away with a 1-1 draw. It shows you, and I said again, Porto lost. It's important to get these points in the bag. You want to finish in the first top 8 spots. You don't want to be playing 2 extra games by playing between 9th and 24th. You don't want the 2 extra games. You want to qualify as of right for the last 16 because it gives you 2 games less. So for me, I would go out and win the game. Try and win the game first and foremost. And once you've won the game, then bring your changes. Or you do what we did like in commentary where you made wholesale changes. And then what we're doing is we're emptying the bench or the bunker, however you want to call it. You empty the bench or the bunker to try and, salvage a game. And I'd much rather be in a position that we've won or we're winning the game, and then we can afford the luxuries. And the luxuries for me are giving these people minutes. And I don't see no harm in these people getting half an hour, 45 minutes to half an hour if we're winning. But
when you say these people, you're talking Bergvall, you're talking Gray,
Bergvall, Moores, Lancashire, Ben Davies, Pape Sarr. It depends who you're going to start with. Bissouma. It depends who you're starting with and who you're going to put on the bench. But there's no reason why people can't get minutes off the bench, right? But go out to win the game. Go out and get these bloody 3 points. Put yourself in and amongst it. Don't leave it to chance. Qualify out of right. Get in, get out. Qualify out of right.
Absolutely. Somebody's saying, audio saying, I have a feeling that Gray will start at right back. And I'm not opposed to that at all. I think Gray would probably be a really good right back in our system. If not now, someday. I think he's got all the attributes. Then he says Werner probably starts too. Yuck. I don't want to see Werner start, but Harmless Potato, Harmless Potato is saying he can see Werner starting too, but he doesn't want that. Do you think there's a chance we see Werner today, Jose?
I said last week when he made the substitution against Coventry, and sorry, Brentford even. I said Brentford game, whatever happens, I want to see Mikey Moore come on off that bench before Werner does, right? And that happened. Werner didn't get off the bench against Brentford. For me tonight, I think it's more important. What do I want to see? Do I think Werner has a future at Tottenham? No, I don't. He's here this year, but I don't see him. If everybody else can see what we can all see, then Werner hasn't got a future at Tottenham. The future is with Mikey Moore at Tottenham. He's got a 3-year contract. He's our player. He belongs to Tottenham Hotspur. Werner, yeah, he does belong to us, and we've got a duty of care to look after him whilst he's with us. But he belongs to a parent company. So for me, who do I want? I'd much rather see Mikey Moore play than Werner play.
And I think he might offer more to the team as well. I mean,
quite possibly as well. And he could, give him a chance, see what he can do. I've seen him play with the under-17s for England. I've seen him play in the under-21s for Tottenham. I've seen him play in pre-season. The boy excites me, man. Give him a chance. Give him a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think with Wilson injured, I think that, he's got even more of a chance to show his stuff. He just needs to take these opportunities, grab the bull by the horns, and show the manager that he's got something to offer. And I think he will. Jose, just let me know whenever you got to go. I know that you've got stuff you got to do. I don't want to keep you too late. So
I'm all right for a couple. I've got a couple of more minutes because my daughters are now waiting for me. So I've got a couple more minutes, and then I've got to shoot.
Gotcha. Okie doke. Well, let me get this off the screen, everybody. That's the lineup that Jose and I are hoping to see. Joseph Tyler's in the house saying, with United game away on Sunday, it wouldn't surprise me if Ange makes the changes tonight, but I wouldn't make too many though. Yeah, that's a good point. As Jose was saying, though, United played as well in the Europa League last night. We got Pranvat in the house who was talking about not being very happy with their draw yesterday. Big up to Pranvat as well. But yeah, Joseph.
I'm hoping. Can I just say that I'm hoping? Yeah, sorry. Read Joseph Tyler. Hi, Joseph. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Name that I've not seen before in my chat. So hello.
Hello. And speaking of not being seen in your chat, Joseph,
I read his comment. It says, with United game away on Sunday, it wouldn't surprise me if Ange makes changes tonight, but I wouldn't make too many though. And then Joseph further says, tonight I think he rests the fullbacks for Sunday, then maybe put Bergvall in for Kulu or Maddison.
I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate that at all. So then in that scenario, we'd probably then have Gray at right back, and then at left back we would have could be Ben Davis.
Davis. Louise is saying, don't think my heart can take another game like Coventry versus Coventry. So I agree. Get it done early, take that edge off. Right, I'm really sorry. I'm gonna have to shoot because you did know because I jumped on last minute for you because you.
I did.
So
yes, sir.
I have to shoot. Joseph Tyler, come and join me over at El Cockerel if you like this channel. I used to be a co-presenter with Colin before Colin went and flew with the stars and left the minions behind. So I've been left behind. But yeah, no, listen, come and support me if you want El Cockerel. And to everyone in the chat, you know how much I love you all and how much I respect every single one of you. The community is a good one. Let's continue to grow it. Let's continue being nice to each other. Let's continue to understand each other's points, even though we can get our points across. Let's carry on being the good people we are within the community. Yeah. So with that, peace and love. My thoughts are with Jamie. Hope Jamie's good and Jamie gets through what he's going through. Colin, top fella. Thank you for having me on and thank you for letting me co-host with you today. But listen, everyone in the chat, if you can do me one favor for this channel, is please hit the like button for the Two Sides of a Pitch podcast. They bring a lot to the table, and yeah, please carry on supporting them. Even if you don't want to come to my channel, support Two Sides of the Pitch podcast. All right, thank you very much, guys. God bless you all. Adrian, enjoy the game tonight. God bless you all. Take care.
See you, buddy. And guys, again, that was Jose. Mr. Eltel Cockrell himself. There is the link below for his channel. If you haven't already, go over there. Subscribe, hit a like. He's got some great content. He's been described as the most level-headed, chillest guy on Spurs YouTube, and I think that's a fair assessment of him. He's a great dude. Jumped in here to help me today, so let's everybody show him some love. He is a good man. There was a couple of comments that I saw that I wanted to highlight, and they're David's. And David, I'm definitely not picking on you at all. I just think your comments are good, and you've got some good points here. He says, so you Spurs fans haven't seen enough of Spurs putting out weak teams in cup competitions in recent years and going out of the cup. Well, no, and that's why Jose and I want this team, which I think here to be basically the strongest team available. Romero can't play. I think, with the exception of Moore, I think this is basically our starting lineup, and it's absolutely what I would want to see. Johnny Bethnal Green is in the house, though, saying, afternoon, geezers. Johnny, my man, big up to you. Let's have a WhatsApp call after I get done here, man. We need to catch up. And what else we got? Just Harmless Potato says, I don't agree with that either. When you bring on kids in a dead game, they can't learn anything. Also, it motivates the opposition to try a comeback. So you wouldn't do it either. So Harmless Potato, would you start with the kids? I'll put that the quotes, the kids, and then bring the stronger players on. It's a tough decision for me, for sure. I also wanted to make sure that we said hi to Pran Vat. Pran Vat, I don't know if you're still in the building, but he said, yo, are you guys nervous against us? And then he said, I'm effing fuming with United with the draw last night. I felt that draw coming. I felt it coming, Pranvat. But yeah, big up to you, my friend. Thanks for being here. And yeah, I'll ask the chat. Are we nervous? Ooh, too big. Are we nervous about United at the weekend? I'm not especially nervous. They're a team, in the past we had trouble beating, but lately, we've been pretty even with them. So I am excited to see what we can do. And Joseph is saying, loves the channel. Big up, dude. Love you back, man. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. As does Jamie, my co-host, and as does Jose, a frequent member, or a frequent. He's on the show frequently. Words are hard for me today. So we've got Spurs diehards saying the team I would like to see start, and I'll bring mine back up just so that we can see how similar they are. Adrian says the team I would like to see start: Vicario, Udogie, first half, Van de Ven, Dragerson as anytime playing together, and then in midfield he would have Gray, Bissouma. Sorry, he would have Gray playing on the right, and then Bissouma, Kulusevski, Bergval, and then Mikey Moore, Solanke, Johnson. Johnson is a player I hadn't even thought about. That's a good one. So you would rest Son and play Johnson. Not a bad idea. At all. David also brings up a good point. With no teams dropping out of the Champions League this season, it should be less stressful in the knockout stage. That's something I always thought was really weird. You drop out of the Champions League and then you're automatically into the next round of the Europa League. I always thought that was kind of strange and unfair. So I'm glad they've got that changed. Harmless Potato is saying, bless. Big love, Harmless Potato, and thanks for your support. But guys, it has been an hour and a half, and it's about time for me to go and get things ready for work. My co-host Jamie will be at the match tonight, hopefully getting us some exclusive behind-the-scenes footage. Can't wait for that. So everybody, just want to say, let me make sure I got through all the comments and I said hey to everybody. Adrian's telling us it's going to be rainy weather, a low of 10 degrees. Sheesh. And Harmless Potato says Son will be benched. He could use the rest. He really could use the rest. Daniel's saying there's not even 8 good teams in the Europa League. So to be honest, if we don't finish in the top 8, that's pretty shite. Don't jinx us, man. Don't jinx us. I'm kind of worried. And then David saying the system we play doesn't need Madison and Kulu to be great out of possession. As long as they work hard, Spurs have 2 inverted fullbacks who are supposed to be good out of possession. That's very true. Supposed to be is the key there. But yeah, no, you make a great point. David. And that's why I like having you here. You always You always say what's on your mind, and sometimes it's not what I'm thinking, but it does make me think, and I like it. So big up, David. Spurs diehard saying, "Ooh, Luca Gunter, Tyrese Hall, Will Lancashire, and Mikey Moore are in the squad. Nice, dude. Um, we could see some major changes. And what do you guys think? Do you think that Ange is going to change us? To change wholesale? Are we going to see some big changes in this match, or are we going to see close to a full strength squad? It's hard for me to decide. I could see him going either way. He's not an easy man to read, Ange Postecoglou, and we also haven't had him around for that long. I mean, we've seen him make some big changes, and in the Carabao Cup. But I'm excited to see what he does in Europe. Look, we've got though Mile High Hotspur Leo saying big up homies, much love. Super excited for this Europa League campaign, or to get this Europa League campaign off right. Taking the afternoon off work. Let's go. I unfortunately will be working. I had to miss work yesterday for a health problem. And so I definitely have to be there today. But I'm going to have the game on the screen right here. I'll be taking calls and I'll be looking up and watching. And I'll probably have to watch again after work just to make sure I haven't missed anything. I feel like you've got to watch every match twice to really see what's going on, to really pick it apart. You need to get that second watch in there. You're less biased. There's, that you can watch it a little more objectively the second time. I'm not sure about everyone who goes to matches. If you're that same way, if you like to watch it on TV again after you get home, but I definitely like to watch matches twice, just to make sure that I've seen it all, and so that I can talk intelligently about the match on shows like this. Charlie Bethnal Green saying part-time Colin, man. Yes, part-time for now. For sure. But yeah, guys, I think that's about time to end this thing. I do, though, want to go ahead and push our sponsors, our lovely sponsors. They are nice enough to sponsor our show, and they make these wonderful products. You can see above me, uk.alloycollectors.com is the name of their, is their website. It's how you get to Alloy Collectors. And they make these wonderful 3D metal shirt kits. And you can get them like this, pre-made already, or you can get them in like a flat. They come in an envelope, they're flat, and you can fold them up and you can create them into a kit yourself. I have a large one here already done, just so you guys can kind of see what they look like. I'm going to get a better video on maybe me putting one of these together, but they make awesome things to kind of sit on your desk. They look good on a desk, they look good on a shelf. They're a great gift for any kind of a football fan. They don't have every single team, but they've got a lot of them. So definitely go check out uk.alloycollectors.com. And if you use the code 2sides, that's the name of the podcast. If you use the code 2sides, you can get 15% off. So it's a great deal. In October, mid-October, I believe, they're going to have this season's kits. And maybe some more teams. I'm not really at liberty to say, but there might be some more teams. So make sure that you are checking them out. Like Jose said, they're a lot like those Funko Pops. If you guys remember those, you keep them in the box, you set them there. Got a Spurs one here behind me. I've got Inter Portugal that I'm going to put Ronaldo's name on. I've got a Chelsea kit. I've got a West Ham one. So seriously, whatever team that the person in your life supports, you can definitely help them out and get them a cool gift by going to uk.alloycollectors.com and using the code 2sides. But guys, I think that is where we're going to end the show today. Big love to everybody. And I want to say thank you all for your support. And everybody, if you could spare a good, warm, nice thought for my co-host, Jamie. Yeah, guys, we'll see you all soon. More content coming soon. See you tomorrow. Make sure that you've subscribed, you've hit that bell so that you get a notification whenever we go live, because sometimes I don't even know when I'm going to go live. I'll be completely honest. So definitely make sure that you have subscribed, hit the bell. If you'd like to become a member and support the channel that way, the link is pinned in the chat. I would love to have you. We're going to do member shows. And the more the merrier. So yeah, guys, thanks again for tuning in. Big love to everybody. And I'm going to play us out with the intro video. Again, big love, guys. Give everybody a big Dawson thumbs up before we go. Thanks for tuning in. And I hope everyone has a lovely rest of your day and enjoys the match. Come on, you Spurs!
Hi guys, it's Jamie from Two Sides of the Pitch podcast. Myself and Colin have teamed up with Alloy Collectors as our new channel sponsor. We're extremely happy to have them on board. They've given us this fantastic little niche market which has never been done before in a metal shirt jersey. It comes flat packed or pre-made. Obviously we've got the Spurs one because we're a Spurs content channel, but they've also got the likes of West Ham, Chelsea, PSG and Inter Milan. They've also got other clubs that they're talking to, so keep an eye out on their website for that. It's very simple to put together. You get all the information in here so you can put the name on the back. We've gone with the likes of Mickey van der Ven. It's the perfect gift for the perfect football fan. With Christmas also coming up, if you want to save some money, use our discount code 2sides to get 15% off. All the links are in our bio, including their website, so please check it out and get this fantastic merch.